Polish to shine, of course. My name is Kobby Kyei. I'm a blogger from Ghana, West Africa. Guess what? You are on Artist Vibe Africa, where we interview artists around Africa. I believe in positivity. I believe that there's a lot of things that we need to champion. They say negative sales. Stonebwoy said, how much is that? We're going for a quick commercial break. When we come back, I'm going to introduce my guest. It's going to be very intellectual conversation. That is how I'm going to describe this conversation. This is Artist Vibe Africa. We're going for a quick commercial break. When we come back, the man, stay tuned. You're welcome back from the commercial break. This is Artist Vibe Africa. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Today, my guest is the man Stonebwoy. Before that, let me read this. Now, Ghana is recognized today as the second largest gold producer in Africa. It is undisputed mining hub of West Africa, and it is dominated by two main golden mining sectors: the large-scale mining sector and the small-scale mining sector. Within the small-scale golden mining sector is galamsey, a local term used in Ghana for illegal mining. The term galamsey was derived from just gather and so galamsey. Stonebwoy is my guest today. He has released a project which seeks to address galamsey in Ghana. During the Fix the Country, our whole conversation was one of the people that I played integral role, and one of the things that I addressed was galamsey because I was trying to look into future, what the next generation is going to benefit with regards to galamsey. The project is out, and Stonebwoy is the original composer of this record. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, thank you very much, boss.
It's always humbling to have a conversation with you.
I'm honored.
A few days ago, I tweeted one interview that we had I think a year ago.
Yeah, wow. It's a year already?
Yes.
Wow.
And people seem to really love you, apart from the fact that you do music. You have also gotten some hardcore fans on the street just because of the way you speak. For you, communication-wise, and how you go about your communication, how has it been so far combining music and speaking?
Music itself has to do with messaging. If I just for the word messaging, music has to do with messaging. So extensively communication. What are you communicating to the audience? What context? How do you want them to feel? And the special thing about it is you communicate a message that actually brings a feeling at the same time with music, because it thrives and rides on melodies and rhythms at the same time. So you tend to achieve both effects. And therefore, I think it's one of the most effective ways of messaging, you know. It's very important to actually master the art or continue to learn to improve the art of fine-tuning both, you know, the music as a tool that entertains and educates and so on and so forth, and also the content, you know, to be able to achieve a certain purpose and address a certain purpose. For me, it has not always been about moving your feet and dancing to music, because I believe that you listen to music more than you dance to music, you know. So it's been more of inculcating the messages that people can always listen to, you know, and important messages, to add to messages that can spark some minds, that can address issues, that can teach people, that can also be that you are standing for a certain cause. So, you know, that's what I have to say about it.
I'm sure at that time when you composed this song, you were around 22 years, Rango.
Yeah, yes.
Now let me pick some of the lyrics in this particular record. Now, you said, tell we where we're going to Rango. After making our motherland a better place to live. Tell we where we're going to Rango. When they say we have to pay for the oxygen that we breathe. Answer me now, Mr. Big Man. You know, she say everybody want to go Rango.
Yeah, basically everybody wants to run to foreign.
And so, at the age of 22, you were able to sit down to pen and think deep into your surroundings and of course Ghana.
At such a young age, I actually have penned down some things that I know I would eventually record or sing about. In fact, as we speak, there are some songs I remember I've written. I can show you the books now if we had time, but I never recorded. They are there, I've kept them. And when the time came, one time I think I was in a studio and we were discussing some issues. Then I had to put that vibe on the song, knowing that I have thought about it a lot of times. It's not just me, everybody knows. Like, it actually died down from where, at the time, visa, you realize that when you're going to, when you go to the embassies, right? It's embassy, right? The queues. So you realize that, oh, actually, people are traveling in and out. But to be honest, you realize how people want to leave because there is a perception of greener pastures out there. So the majority of the reasons is that you find out that the living conditions and meanwhile, it's not like that for everybody. Some people are actually doing good and doing well and will never live elsewhere, but will live here. But for the majority, the populace, the masses themselves and the living standards, you realize that, look, tell me where we're going to wrangle after making our motherland a better place to live.
Now, your new song, Greedy Man, Galamsey, growing up as a child, the chiefs in our communities had a perception that in the next 20 years to come, we need to protect our resources for the next generation. That is how come when you are going closer to the sea, to even the river, to even urinate, they have this perception. Tuesdays.
There were myths.
Yes, myth, exactly. To protect the resources.
Yes.
But as we speak, the narrative is different. I watched the video. Let's go into it. What actually inspired you?
I'd extensively done some researches and written some key things down concerning this particular song that I released. This project, I believe that at this particular point in my career would raise eyebrow. So I need to actually get the facts right, and so I can send across this message of peace, this message of thoughtfulness to the people, and not belong to any part or any party which seeks to gain some selfish movement from or being sent. That's why I'm grateful that I am the same one who did Rongo, Suit and Tie, Savage, and so this is another one in that line, and my inspiration comes from the fact that Galamsey is an issue I feel strong about because it negatively impacts us all as Ghanaians, whether you realize it or not. Come to think of it, every year, over 20 billion tons of material is chipped away and hauled out of our country. This process produces another 2.5 billion tons of waste every year that pollute our rivers, forests, farmlands. That's why he has said, cyanide and mercury in the water. The lead is poison in the water. The farmlands are chemicalized and I don't know what to do. So the farmlands, and for what? Young Ghanaians are dying in these pits so they can earn a meager amount a shift, while the rest of the money goes into the pockets of migrants or migrant workers, foreign companies. And you find out there are a lot of deals happening amongst foreigners. We have deals with India, America, we have deals with Germany, we have deals, Ghana government has deals with all these foreigners, and most predominantly in these times is China. And we all see and know, so all these countries, especially China, are making an immense profit from Ghana. But if you sit and critically analyze this thing here, boss, I think it is beneficial. It's supposed to be beneficial to Ghana, the environment.
Yes, the communities, the people.
That's why I said Ghana and the environment. But honestly, unfortunately, it benefits a particular people, which wouldn't be the first time. But it's a sensitive issue, so you have to be careful to say. So this is my inspiration. The same thing that I think about that made me write Rango, the same thing that I think about that made me say, them dress up in a suit and tie, but me no see nothing I go on. It's the same thing that makes me sing, many men shall die because of the greedy of another man, yeah. Worldwide, many men shall die because of the greedy of another man, yeah. You know, think about the future children. What kind of legacy you leaving for them? So the song is self-explanatory without any intention to insult power
Exactly.
or nothing at all. I think power actually loves it when its citizens are responsive to decisions that are being made, so that by that they can know how to turn things around to better us all and stand proud as those who came into power and were able to do so and so and so and so. Come to think of it, there's even a developmental plan that is written down where no matter which power comes, they have the
For the same,
obligation
yes.
to continue. So that tells you that in the long run or extensively, we are all Ghanaians, we all love each other, and it is written in black and white to prosper the nation.
Great. Now, when you go to Obuasi, Takwa, and all these mining areas, you have built your brand in a way like every town in this country, you have fan base there.
Which is right. I even have strong fan bases outside of Accra.
Exactly.
Stronger,
Yes.
like,
Exactly.
not to say Accra is not that strong, but it's stronger when you go
Yes.
further.
Exactly.
Which is how it's supposed to be.
Yes. How do you want them to feel when they watch this video?
One important thing is that I really do not want them to feel that I am actually against their struggle to find means, honestly, to find means to survive. But I want to encourage them so that they can be able to express themselves, not only with their voice, the sufferings and all those things that are going on. We should know that there's hope for the future, but we have to do things the right way. We have to think, how do they have to rather use this to see how do they move beyond the anger of maybe unemployment and all those things, and even the hunger the right way, because Galamsey itself is like people illegal mining is illegal, is against the law. Meanwhile, we know the responsibilities that these mining companies and so on and so forth, not only in the mining sector, because I was speaking about the deforestation and cocoa and all those ones. We know there are responsibilities that they have to do. We know that when you go onto the grounds and you monitor it proper, Bernard Avle has done an extensive research on those ones. You realize that it is not what they said. You get what I'm saying?
Great. Now, there's something I want to ask you regards to the chieftaincy, because you notice that they negotiate with the Chinese, or I mean the people who come into the lands. How will you address this issue regards to the chieftaincy or our chiefs?
Wow. These chiefs, like you say, they are the soul of the nation. That's what I believe. We have, as Africans, lived, I think, and respected chiefs and kings and mighty warriors and all these ones. We have actually lived our lives like that. And so they have to make it a point not to sell out Ghana that cheap. They have a role to play. Like the other day, Minister Abu Jinapor was doing his tour in the north, and he urged these chiefs to also help in the fight, because it's illegal mining. People find their ways around, and it is not about the mining that I believe is a problem, if you ask me, and it's not about how to find your daily bread as a problem, but the effects and causes of it. And are you even getting enough? Those who are milking it, or are those that could be referred to as greedy men? Like anybody who is not aiding in the support of bringing employment the right way, making sure that the people get what they deserve for the use of their lands, and also putting plans to get the environment to recover from certain things so that we can continue to have a good life. then I don't know what term to use. No disrespect, but it's greed. And greed can be termed as you looting everything for yourself. That's how, if you look into the dictionary, greed may not necessarily be an insult. Like, for instance, said you're stupid or you are mad, you're crazy. It's the act of galloping everything into your side.
We're going for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're still speaking to Stonebwoy on Greedy Men, new record which seeks to address Galamsey in Ghana, West Africa. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kobby Kyei. I'm a blogger and a social media influencer from Ghana, West Africa. And my guest, I'm still speaking to Stonebwoy. This is an exclusive interview with Stonebwoy to talk about Galamsey. It's always healthy having conversation
Not
with
only
this
Galamsey, but
what the
song is speaking
exactly,
about basically, but
yes.
you know, the deforestation,
Exactly,
the
all those things.
I tried to put bits and bits and address because Nina affect environment, you know, any Ghana, any, you know, yeah. I'm not actually spreading hate. I don't target nobody. So let nobody take it ill on individuals. But what my goal is actually to call out, you know, and make emphasis and put pressure on what is happening to Ghana and to speak for Ghanaians who don't have a choice or who don't have a voice as loud as mine, you know. And this happens to be many people, even people in the working class. But I am only putting emphasis on the fact that the betterment of the Ghanaian, the betterment of the ghetto youth. Bro, with the Big Boss Energy Tour, I went, at least I think I went length and breadth of Ghana. And you could see it. It's obvious, it's clear. And the only example I can use, one of the examples is that, look at the cities like Perth, Australia, is a mining somewhat. It's beautiful. So how can we not also get our people to run those same things for us when they're making millions, trillions, and tons out of us?
Wow. Now, there were a lot of events happening in the music video. Was this something I wanted to exaggerate? Or all those things, factually, they're happening?
I couldn't exaggerate. Like, if it wasn't happening, I couldn't even think about it. To people are dying in the pits. When you find out there's one, there are stories online about. There's one guy who shared his story extensively about Galamsey online. If you go check, you would see. I'm not exaggerating. People die. People lose their fathers. People lose their brothers, and like it is in the news. People die every day off it. So I portrayed a story of somebody who just left behind a wife and a child, and they went out there to make a living, and they are off it. What at all is the cause? Somebody may ask. It is just because of what? They don't have certain things that would have. When I was speaking to somebody earlier today about it, we all realized that what could be in place to curb all these illegal mining and all these things, and also to task these big companies and government to be able to do the needful for after having used or using the materials here in Ghana, or mining and shipping them away. You realize that because of lack of employment.
Greedy man, greedy man, greedy man. Why are you guys doing this to us? My name is Kobby Kyei, and this has been a very beautiful conversation. The music video is out on his YouTube channel, Stonebwoy, and it is on all the platforms. Take your time, soak this music. I keep saying that we all need to be visionary. Our leaders have to be generational thinkers, because if our forefathers were able to protect some of these natural resources, and today we are benefiting, today we are enjoying it. So how come at our faces some of these things are happening? And one of the things that Stone also touched on that breaks my heart more is the fact that when you go to Johannesburg, it was built from the money they got through the mining activities. But in our case, when you go to Takwa, their roads are poor. Obuasi, their roads are poor. Bad schools, poor hospitals, basic necessity, things that they are supposed to enjoy. You're too good to assess, so it doesn't make sense. For me, it doesn't make sense. That's what Post can show. It doesn't make sense. So we plead on our leaders that they need to be generational thinkers. They should foresee that in the next years to come, if we don't fix some of this issue, we go a long way. It might not because, and funny enough, most of our leaders think that they are doing this, they'll get the money and their children will travel. You go, your children, you are going to leave a succession of your children, your great-grandchildren, all these people will come. They might not fall on probably their father being a president or a minister.
Might fall on some other
exactly.
person.
So it's going to affect you. So let's think around the box. Let's just think. I really respect Stonebwoy when it comes to such projects.
Thank you.
And posterity is going to
judge
some of the things that you're doing now with your records. And so God bless you.
Thank you very
so
much as well.
I don't know if you have any last words you want to share, especially about the youth that they are doing this because of unemployment. What will you say to encourage them in as much as that they are going through a lot of, the unemployment issue is becoming...
It's not easy. We see it in the news every time. The last time I think I read also that hundreds of nurses have been cleared. I don't know the right term to use in their medical terms to be able, they are eligible now to work. But meanwhile, those that have been cleared from last time, they've not gotten even employment. So unemployment is a big issue. I should believe that even our leaders, sometimes it overwhelms them. I should believe. But now, yes, because I honestly do get the opportunity to humbly ask a question or two when I find some of our big men who, love us as artists and that. And I go home and I'm like, yay. So even him, he's still struggling to want to, and that is where my mind goes to the fact that some of the problems that we are supposed to solve today as a government was caused the same way thousands of years ago. How can you solve that? So you can only come with the promises and say a thing or two and try. But in your heart of hearts. And I think a part of it is the unemployment, because assuming these companies were taxed to build companies and train people and then it would have been kept, that would have grown into some other things. This is something when we think, and honestly we think today and want to now have everything pointed on today. I mean, for me, I've decided to want to think further and understand that there's pressure. And most of the pressure we're facing now, it's not, and when you check and you read, most of the monies or the revenue that government, when they come and read the budget for the year, we're already at loss. So when that money comes, that money is going to pay interests.
That's true.
So that's something, if you care to know and you check, you will find out. So we are running backwards, but we have to smile and be like, yeah, it's going on. Yes, that's how come you realize that even the uneducated can see something and say, ain't you want to my hear what you say? Then I'm like, cool down. If, as a layman, you can identify this, may you never think that they don't know. They overknow. But then the true cause, they may not be able to share. So this is what we have to actually step in to also want to understand what is going on. Me, I'm so emotional about some things. So it hits me. Like when somebody asks me, if you're a magician, what would you do? I say, I'll snap my finger and things that I wish to be fixed will be fixed, especially the underprivileged would also get to enjoy some things, to know that, we are here there. So the NGOs, and the private entities also, whose dealings are very different from the regular dealing, who make profit. And I tell you, most of government institutions are not set out to make profit. They're only set out to serve. So then the borrowing is the matter. So we need the corporate institution, the private ones, those who are making monies off of, to also intensify their corporate social responsibilities with NGOs. Government must invest more in career guidance and counseling, work-based learning, coaching and mentoring to equip young people. That's another thing I can advise. Young people must also offer free services where necessary to support each other, to gain knowledge, and experience in preparation for permanent work. Sometimes I have a skill, you have a skill. Money no day. We no go feel always charge each other. We can do for each other. These are things that
Partnership.
you hardly hear people say and
Yeah,
talk
true.
about. You know,
True.
but then it works. You know, government should also give enough support funds for the COV TVET squad so that they can. So these are just minor things that I've been able to read and research because I know that the topic at hand is sensitive. So I must be able to actually come with some steady.
Wow, I believe that this this conversation was also on the record is going to be one timeless interview.
For sure.
Keep saying that anytime I hang out with Stonebwoy,
For sure.
it's a timeless interview. We're going for a quick commercial. You remember our last interview?
Yeah.
The game that we played.
Yeah.
We're going to play, but this one, it'll be different vibe, it'll be different game. This is out your comfort zone. The questions are not music related. We're going for a quick commercial. When we come, we're going to end the interview with this. Stay tuned. Out your comfort zone. I am still with Stonebwoy. My name is Kobby Kyei. I'm a blogger, social media influencer, and this is an exclusive interview with the man Stonebwoy. Stone, are you ready?
I will try you.
Aye. Number one, mention 3 England football team.
Arsenal,
Mm-hmm.
Manchester, Liverpool.
Mm.
Hey, yeah, Manchester be team. Man U, Manchester United.
Which team does Lukaku play for?
Oh. Kobby Kyei, hey, Radi.
This one to be small. Eh?
No, Lukaku, cool down. I mean, I'm a musician.
That's why I said.
Everybody will go laugh.
No, this I say out your comfort zone. I
But
said,
Lukaku, they play Premier League, guy.
for what team?
Next question.
The next one is, which team does Jordan Ayew play for?
He plays some Arab team right now.
Oh, what's the name?
I no go feel remember, but
Jordan Ayew.
no be Jordan. Hey, Gede Ayew. No, yeah, sending. Cool down. You say Jordan be the junior brother, right?
Yes.
They play. They play for Europe.
From here, say they play soccer.
That
Why
one
they play game?
If you like, Gumo could catch
Yes.
me, I catch you, right?
What was Kwame Nkrumah's nickname?
Wow, I beg you.
This one I prepare for you.
Kwame Nkrumah, you know, I know be inside self where I go know a nickname. So you know, people go fit call you by nickname, they from your size, they from your couple.
So,
I beg you.
because of your couple, don't even mention them.
I love him, but I don't go fit try.
Who composed the national anthem?
Philip Bell. The question is how many?
Last one, maybe. The last one.
If I answer
The
this
last
last one
one.
correct,
Uh-huh.
all be correct.
Oh. Okay, then make I give you something simple. So say you go feed.
No, give me.
The last one is, how long does maize take to grow?
Maize.
Mm.
Oh, maize, you know they share some weeks. True.
Some weeks, eh?
Cool and they can like maybe 4, 5, 3 to 5 months. Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kobby Kyei, I'm a blogger. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. So I want to say a big thank you to the man, Governor Nana, and also my boys who came around today, Desmond Black and Easy Man, who is also a blogger. I want to say thank you to Chief, to K Studios, to OG, to Dr. Louisa, to the whole family for the support, how far they've brought our man, whole Africa. God bless you so much. My name is Kobby Kyei. Thank you so much, Stonebwoy.
Thank you too, man. Big respect.